wake up smiling every morning.
What's going on, you guys? We're here hanging out backstage at Ultra Singapore with none other than the legendary Hardwell.
But I ain't been thinking about all the nights we spent together.
In your career, you started out DJing hip-hop. Is that something that you can see yourself sort of picking up again in the future?
The reason why I started being a hip-hop DJ is because I was so fascinated by the way with vinyl and scratching and turntablism, you know, that's so much harder than just mixing and beat matching to a house record.
Okay, now I know you've been to Asia many times, but share with me one of your more memorable experiences of playing out here.
Well, of all the shows I've did in Asia though, like the first Ultra Japan was amazing, you know, I could never picture myself playing for such a huge crowd in Japan, so like every single show I'm doing in Asia is always an honor to be here.
Now I know that you have a second studio album in the works after your single Creatures of the Night. Can you share more about what's happening with that?
A lot of music laying around, actually too many songs are laying around. That's why during the summer I'm gonna release 2 EPs.
Okay.
After that I'm still gonna work on my second album, so I have no clue when I'm gonna release my second album.
But I ain't been thinking about nights when we
What goes through your mind right before you go in front of a crowd of thousands of people?
I'm not getting nervous, but I'm getting super excited.
Okay.
You know, I feel like butterflies in my stomach.
So it doesn't change. You still get this like little
it
hyper.
will never change. I always told myself if that ever changes, it's time to retire for me.
If you could go back in time and see your younger self when you started on this crazy ride that your career has been, what's one piece of advice you would give yourself?
I think in the very, very beginning, I had like problems with labels and everything. So maybe beginning of my career, I should be more aware of record companies and like managers.
What about in terms of music?
I don't know. I'm actually really happy like with the whole journey. I'm a big fan of every single genre, and I still try to combine as much genres as I can in my set.
Tell me something that I guess is a little embarrassing that has happened to you while you were on stage, because I'm sure somewhere in the career something like wild or uncertain or something that threw you off must have happened.
I think the most embarrassing moment that always will be is pressing the wrong cue button on the CDJ. That means like the music shuts off completely.
Oh God.
And I'm just standing on stage like, yeah guys, it's actually my fault. I'm still human. I'm still human. It's actually my fault.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you can have like the power disconnects or whatever, like because of the rain, the music shuts off. But actually that was just my fault. I'm just standing there like, hi guys, my fault.
Hey, I'm sorry I pressed the wrong button. There are a lot of buttons up here, sorry.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about your latest single, On Your Own.
Yeah.
Tell us about that track and the process behind it.
We did it in collaboration with Brooks, who was the guy we signed like 4 years ago with our agency and our label. A year ago, we were in the studio and he had this idea for a beat, and we had this idea with the song and the vocals were done by Naturally Major, and one thing led to another.
I want to talk about your track, Believer, that you guys did with Major Lazer. I love how, you used your medium to, really help a cause, to help conflicted places around the world.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that track and what brought you guys to do that in the first place.
The main message behind the song is that we believe that it doesn't really matter where you're from. Music brings people together, and I think you should be proud of where you're coming from.
Do you think you'll be doing more things similar to that in the future?
We try to get a message behind every song, but sometimes you also don't want to overdo it. You also want to do whatever comes from the heart. Sometimes we come out with a really straight EDM like dance floor song, which is just going crazy, and sometimes we have a song that really has a message. And
But I mean, we're getting older as well. We want to do something with our career, and we don't just want to party, grow beards, and look
We're getting
old.
older. I grew a beard.
We actually, if we look old, we also want to seem like we, gained some experience over the last couple of years.
For your future, do you see yourselves mixing with any type of different genres in that sense?
if we're not evolving and not fusing in different genres, we feel like we're not moving forward. It's pretty easy to make another like typical Showtek like festival song, but now we want to focus on coming up with something original and unexpected.
You guys are brothers. Do you guys have that similar dynamic when you're creating music?
I think we found each other in music.
If you fight, but then it solves the problem, then it actually is worth fighting. It's not a smooth ride ever, because that means it's too easy, and if it's too easy, anyone can do it, and if anyone can do it, it's not that special, no offense. Can we bring Sonny to the...
Yeah, for sure.
Sonny came on tour with us 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago.
He never left.
After the release of Booyah, we did
Maybe once.
And
Or twice.
he never left, and he's still
3 times.
Yeah. He's being the annoying older brother. That's how we argue.
He's the voice of Booyah, if people know.
Yes, now we care about is some party, keeping them good vibes in the air now. Ultra Singapore 2017. I'ma say,
Booyah!
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you.
and wish you all
Thank
the
you,
best.
Singapore.
Yes.
Thank you so much.